Let's simplify. An altcoin season is when cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin start outperforming it, sometimes by a huge margin. This phenomenon is often marked by a significant shift in market sentiment, where investors start to see more potential in altcoins compared to Bitcoin. For most of the year, Bitcoin leads the market, but during altcoin season, the spotlight shifts to other coins like Ethereum and thousands of smaller projects. These altcoins can experience rapid price increases, drawing in more investors looking for quick gains. Investors chase bigger, faster gains, moving money from Bitcoin into riskier altcoins, creating a surge in prices. This influx of capital can lead to dramatic price spikes, making the market highly volatile. This usually happens after Bitcoin has had a strong run and then stabilizes, prompting traders to look for the next big thing. The stabilization of Bitcoin's price often acts as a signal for traders to diversify their portfolios. Ethereum often leads the charge, and once it outpaces Bitcoin, it signals that risk appetite is back, and smaller coins can rally. This leadership by Ethereum can set the stage for other altcoins to follow suit, creating a domino effect in the market. Altcoin season is defined by this rotation, capital moving from the safety of Bitcoin to the high-risk, high-reward world of altcoins. This movement is often driven by the allure of higher returns, despite the increased risk. It's an exciting high-stakes period where fortunes can be made quickly, but the risks are just as high. The volatility can lead to significant gains, but also substantial losses if the market turns. Timing is everything, and understanding the dynamics is crucial to avoid getting burned. Knowing when to enter and exit the market can make all the difference in capitalizing on altcoin season. For many, this is the most thrilling part of the crypto cycle. The potential for rapid gains creates a sense of excitement and urgency among traders. But remember, the potential for reward is matched by the potential for loss. Always approach with caution and make informed decisions to navigate this volatile period successfully. How do we know it's really altcoin season? What are the signs that indicate this shift in the market? The altcoin season index is at a screaming high, over 75. Meaning most top altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. This index is a reliable indicator that tracks the performance of altcoins relative to Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance has dropped from 66% to 58%, a classic sign that money is rotating out of Bitcoin and into altcoins. This shift in dominance is a key metric to watch. The total altcoin market cap, Total 2, has soared past $1.7 trillion, and even excluding Ethereum, altcoins have hit a new all-time high. This surge in market cap underscores the growing investor confidence in altcoins. Ethereum is leading the charge, breaking out against Bitcoin and confirming the trend. Ethereum's performance often sets the tone for the broader altcoin market. The global crypto market cap is now over $4 trillion, and the engine is no longer just Bitcoin. This diversification is a healthy sign for the market. Every major indicator, falling Bitcoin dominance, surging altcoin caps, Ethereum's strength, points to a full-blown altcoin season. These indicators collectively paint a clear picture. Money is rotating, and the momentum is building. Investors are diversifying their portfolios, seeking higher returns in altcoins. This isn't a blip, it's a market-wide shift. Traders and analysts are taking note of this significant change. The data is clear. We're in the midst of the first confirmed altcoin season since late 2024. Historical trends are repeating themselves. The charts, the numbers, and the sentiment all align. Analysts are seeing consistent patterns across various data points. Altcoins are in the driver's seat. They are leading the market with impressive gains. The question now is how long this momentum can last. Investors are watching closely, eager to see if this trend will sustain. Despite the constant stream of bullish headlines and stories about record-breaking gains in the crypto market, many everyday investors are left scratching their heads, wondering why their own portfolios aren't reflecting the same explosive growth. The truth is, this altcoin season is playing out very differently from what we've seen in the past. Instead of money spreading across hundreds of coins, most of the capital is being funneled into just a few large-cap coins, like Ethereum, Solana, and a handful of meme coins with massive active communities driving hype and liquidity. The others category, which includes all the smaller altcoins, has shrunk dramatically, now making up just 8% of the market. In previous cycles, this segment was much larger, giving smaller coins more room to run. Many retail investors hoping to catch the next big thing have spread their bets across dozens of tiny tokens, believing that one lucky pick could deliver life-changing returns. But the reality is, capital is heavily concentrated at the top, and the vast majority of smaller coins are being left behind. Even if one of your small tokens manages to double or triple, it barely moves the needle if it's only a tiny fraction of your overall portfolio. So, while the market as a whole is booming, for most individual investors, it just doesn't feel like they're part of the party. The days when everyone gets rich just by holding a basket of random coins are over. Now, success is about being in the right coins at the right time, and timing is everything. The old strategy of buying a basket of obscure gems and waiting for the tide to lift all boats simply isn't working in this cycle. This time around, the market is rewarding focus, research, and conviction in the leaders, not scattershot bets across the board. If you're not positioned in the top performers, you're likely missing out on the real action and the biggest gains. So take a hard look at your strategy. Adapt to the new reality, or risk being left behind as the market moves on without you. The explosion in the number of tokens is overwhelming. Over 21 million altcoins now exist, up from just 20,000 in 2021. This flood of new coins dilutes investment capital, making it harder for any single project to stand out or rally. Most of these tokens are junk, created quickly with no real purpose or future. The signal-to-noise ratio is at an all-time low, and finding legitimate projects is harder than ever. In past cycles, fewer projects meant more capital per coin. Now the same money is spread thin across millions. The odds of picking a winner at random are astronomically low. This is why capital is flocking to established, large-cap names. Investors are seeking safety and familiarity in a chaotic, oversaturated market. The game has changed. It's no longer about picking a sector and diversifying. Now it's a competitive hunt for quality in a sea of noise. Without deep research and focus, you're likely to get lost. The market rewards those who can cut through the chaos. Amidst the chaos, a few clear winners have emerged. Meme coins are leading the charge. Memecore and Mix Finance have surged over 500% and 480% respectively. The anticipated launch of a Dogecoin ETF has triggered a frenzy, with Dogecoin, Bonk, and others posting massive gains. Narrative is king. Simple stories like a Dogecoin ETF attract more capital than complex technical projects. Beyond meme coins, large-cap blockchains like Solana and DeFi leaders like Chainlink are also rallying. The winning strategy? Focus on high-risk meme plays and established infrastructure projects. In 2025, it's all about extremes, big narratives and big names. Despite the data confirming a strong altcoin season, market sentiment is surprisingly cautious. The altcoin season index is high, but the fear and greed index sits at a neutral 52, far from the euphoria of past cycles. Investors are wary, scarred by previous crashes and reluctant to go all in. The wild, reckless abandon of earlier rallies is gone, replaced by a more measured approach. Capital is concentrated in a few big coins, and the sheer number of tokens makes it harder to win. The market is no longer a rising tide lifting all boats. Investors are participating, but with one hand on the exit. The party is happening, but everyone's watching the door. This tension defines the current rally: excitement mixed with anxiety. The mood is cautious optimism, not blind exuberance. Everyone's waiting to see what happens next. The real fuel behind this altcoin rally isn't just crypto hype, it's macroeconomics. The U.S. Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates for the first time in years, making borrowing cheaper and risk assets more attractive. High rates have kept money on the sidelines, but lower rates act like rocket fuel for speculative markets. When cash earns less in savings, investors chase higher returns in assets like altcoins. The anticipation of a 0.25% rate cut this week is already injecting confidence and capital into the market. We saw a preview of this in late 2024, when hints of rate cuts sparked a mini altcoin rally. Now, with a real cut imminent, the market is primed for more. Lower rates mean more liquidity, more leverage, and more risk-taking. This macro shift is the single biggest catalyst for the current altcoin season. The Fed's decisions will continue to drive the market's direction. Crypto's fate is tied to the world's central banks. Watch the Fed. It's the real market mover. So what's next? There are two clear paths: the bull case and the bear case. The bull case, the Fed's rate cut sparks a sustained altcoin rally, with capital trickling down from large caps to mid and small caps, making the party bigger and more inclusive. The bear case? The rally fizzles quickly, especially if the Fed disappoints or profit-taking accelerates. Watch Bitcoin dominance. If it rises above 63%, it could signal the end of altcoin season. The outcome depends on whether momentum and macro tailwinds continue. It's a pivotal moment. The market could swing either way. Stay alert and be ready to adapt. The next move will define the rest of the cycle. To sum up, we're in a confirmed altcoin season, but it's different from past cycles. Money is concentrated in large caps and meme coins, while millions of new tokens make it harder for retail investors to win. The market's mood is cautious, not euphoric, and the rally is powered by expectations of lower interest rates. The future is uncertain. This could be a prolonged boom or a short-lived spike. The best strategy? Focus on established leaders and dominant narratives, not obscure tokens. Stay informed, watch key indicators like Bitcoin dominance and the Fear and Greed Index, and have a plan for taking profits. Don't get swept up in hype, understand the risks. This is a high-stakes game. Only invest what you can afford to lose. Stay smart, stay cautious, and good luck. The altcoin season is here. Make the most of it, but don't forget the risks.